Hello and welcome to the Football Historian podcast. This is part 2 of our interview with Nathan Ellington. If you saw the last one, that took us up from the start of his career up to when he left Wigan, so we'll pick back up right where we left off. Don't forget to check out the episode of Playing With Myself, where Nathan Ellington takes part in a game of FIFA 05, where me and Nathan try and score a goal on the PS2 with him. We've also got an episode of Show and Tell, where he brought in an old pair of boots and we have a chat about his career and how important that specific pair of boots were to his career. This is part 2. If you haven't seen part 1, go and give it a look. Hope you enjoy it. Thank you very much. Let's get on with the episode.
Welcome to the Football Historian podcast.
By all means, enjoy it.
He will go right to the very top.
Dos, tres, cuatro times.
Here we go, Germans.
I will turn these results round.
All right, that's good manners.
There's animosity, but there's no fight.
You can't beat them, join them.
That can make me feel sick if I look at you.
No, I want to fight here. Don't drink, don't sleep with women, don't drive fast cars.
Sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit
Interesting story. Did Wigan say that they offer you a contract? Because it feels like something that they can then say. We did offer him one. Was that used maybe against you at all or not?
I don't know. I can't even remember anymore, but
Just to be called the Jews. But obviously, they still held up now. And then do you reckon, because obviously you've told the story, do you reckon that's helped your reputation again now? And did you feel welcome back and everything? And was that important for you to get across to them that obviously there's a lot of other reasons as to why you left the club?
really important to just obviously explain what happened. But you can't explain it at the time either, because it kind of looks bad on West Brom to say, oh, I would have stayed. I didn't want to ever go leave in the first place. Yeah. So it's not nice to say that. But the reality is that's how it felt. You know, some players move places where they, you know, it's not always the best feeling. You know, it's not always the greatest feeling. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do for just work. Yeah, it's your livelihood.
It's a job.
But, so at the end of the day, you can't say that at the time. But yeah, I just felt like, man, if you knew, you wouldn't be calling me anything. You'd be saying to the you know, the club, like, what are you guys playing at? Because I remember other players who were like, oh, they're doing me over, man. I've got to leave. They just, you know, they're not going to give me this or not going to give me that. And I was like, wow, you're doing all right with us as well. So why are they doing that? They definitely can't do. They won't do that to me, would they? I've never thought that they would do it to me.
Yeah.
But it was like shrewd business, isn't it? You're doing what you need to do. Even with Jason's move when he came, he was like, they pulled the rug from under my feet in the last minute, but I'm signing anyway. And he went against his agents and said, I'm coming. I want to play with the kid. I want to play with Nath. So he decided, forget this, whatever they've took away, I'm going there and play with Nath. Yeah. And that's what made that happen. And I just wish I'd, you know, decisions are decisions in the end. You can't go back on them, but yeah, I wish it was different.
And was it Dave Whelan, the chairman at the time? Yeah, so was it uncharacteristic of him to do that end of the season grilling you, as you were saying? Did he often have meetings with players, with you, to tell you how you were doing?
No, so it's always a good relationship with him, to be fair. Or just that one thing, even after that, I had a good relationship with him. Like, it's not like I got a problem. I ain't got a problem with him saying whatever he wants to say. That's not a problem at all. He's a businessman. He's got where he is because he's made them kind of decisions. I think he didn't deal with mine right. It is what it is. But the reality is when I first joined, he was a nice guy. All the time he's been a nice guy. I was on the JJB, all his JJB stores everywhere up and down the country. I remember the human size things when I used to drive to London, go to my area, and I'm there standing next to me on these things because I used to do the kits. So I used to like model the kits for him. So that was everywhere. So I was known like around the country just from that. So he did that for me. He didn't have to pick me. Yeah. He picked me for that. And obviously I did well for the team. So he obviously would have loved that. He's the one who gave me the deal to sign in the first place. So obviously there's a lot to thank him for as well. But at the same time, I just feel like he didn't deal with that one properly. He didn't need to be with them mad tactics against me, because then straight after that, he goes and gets Heskey, he goes and gets this other player, Agahawa, who's the one who ends up signing, which stopped me coming back the second time. But like, them players, they ended up having to give that kind of money, way more than my kind of money, to these players, double, triple, nearly triple the money that I could have been on playing for Wigan. In the end, what happens.
Yeah, but strange and sad ending. But maybe that's a bit of mystery to the Robert Ellington partnership of what could have been as well. But, you know, if you'd got up and both scored 2 goals each, maybe it would have ruined it. So now you can always have in the mind that you would have scored 30 each, which I'm sure you would have.
Definitely would have.
So, obviously, you just moves to follow the West Brom thing, and then obviously there's Derby, there's Ipswich, all stuff like that. What was the peak of your career or the best moment you had after Wigan, would you say?
It was a season in the Prem at West Brom.
Yeah.
That season was still good. I was still top scorer in the club. I had 8 goals in 16 games. Not great for what I've been doing in the past, but I always looked at it, like I said, a 1 in 2 has to be. Scored 5 in the league, top scorer at the club, but didn't play enough games. I was like, brought me in. I thought I'd be one of the main guys, but they brought me in to basically, I felt like it was to cripple Wigan, to make them one of the bottom 3 rather than them. And I did get a few games here and there, but overall, when I look back on that season, I was like, man, why? I remember sitting at Birmingham away. Me and Kanu have like 4 goals each. No one else has even got that amount of goals, and they've played double games. Horsfield and Kevin Campbell, they were both up front, and they're both similar type players, both hold up men, not really the pacey type, experience. But why play that when you've got so much pace and other stuff in your side? So, but he chose that as his first team, and obviously that didn't really work out. And me and Kanu sitting on the bench going, we're top scorers in this club and we're not playing. We're losing 1-0. Me and him come on. He sets me up, goal, left foot, bang, bottom corner. I get another shot from 30, bang, keeper pushes it, and he's like, oh, you know, I'm like, that just happened in like 20 minutes of football. Why are you not playing me and him?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? So the kind of football that I did play some really good games. Man United, home and away, scored against them, just as you've seen on FIFA. Played really good at Spurs away, like my performance level I'm talking about. Scored a goal, scored 2 against Everton, scored a penalty and a left-footed curler against Everton. So I scored against Middlesbrough away. So scored some good goals, really good level of goals. Like the quality of the goals were really good, left foot, right foot. So that was like, I think like scoring in the Prem, playing against Prem teams, Edgar Davids at Tottenham and all these guys. I'm like, man, I'm playing with Man United players, Cristiano, we're playing against Saha, these boys are sick. Like, I'm mixing it with them and I'm scoring, but like, I'm not playing enough. If I had just played the whole season, maybe I'd have 15 goals at least.
Yeah.
In a team that actually crosses balls. Where's the crosses anymore? We had really good players at West Brom, Gerrard, Greening, but they weren't players who pace people out and cross it in. They were like technically good. Yeah. Instead of Teal, put the ball in. Behind the defence, they're chasing, I head it. I wasn't even known as a header after Wigan. No one even knew that I'm a header, like a proper Alan Shearer type header. Like, no one knows that. And it's because of the football you play with different teams. Yeah. So yeah, I would say West Brom was definitely the best I played. And then it was like a spell at Derby because Paul Jewell went to Derby. And then he brought me back. I was the first choice. Scoring goals there. Had 9 goals halfway through the season. Had a few hamstring injuries. But 9 goals halfway through the season. I was playing some really good football. Then he gets sacked. Then Nigel Clough comes in and doesn't play me because I was on loan. Wanted to get rid of me. Doesn't play me the rest of the whole season. I was on absolute fire in training every day. Fire. I can't tell you how good I was. And his own coach was like, listen, it's not because of your ability that you're not playing. He really wanted to tell me why I'm not playing, but he couldn't because he's on his side. But he goes, I'm going to tell him again how good you were in training. I'm going to tell him every time how good you've been in training. Yeah. You're too strong, too good. And I felt like, man, and I used to speak to my agents and say, but no one can see me in training, can they though? They're just going to see he's not playing, not scoring. Yeah. So what's he done in the last 6 months? Nothing, not played. But I'm fire in training. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm only 27. I can kill it. And I'm not playing. Yeah.
That's the politics of football and all that as well, is it? So is it, obviously you say there, you wish you'd turn around in the car and Wigan and maybe things go very different, but is that how quickly football can change? Is that one transfer? Either you said West Brom wasn't even necessarily a bad move, but you can have that one transfer which just changes the course of your career. Is that what you think on looking back on that? Because even if you'd have been at Wigan and made a move up from there, you reckon that would have followed as well?
Yeah, so I say like listen to your agents for a reason, because they got the experience of what the best likely outcome would be, and that's stay at Wigan, play that season. Could have been much different. I can even say from today, looking back on it, probably would have been much different playing with Wigan that season, continuing. I didn't listen to my agent a few times, and I feel like there was ended up being the worst decisions of my career. So I think when it comes to that, what was the question?
I'll just say, like, how much your career can change with one bad or good decision.
So your career can change massively. It's all about making the right career movements. And people remember what happened with players like what's his name, midfielder who came from Ajax, came to United, didn't play. Midfielder, Dutch.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
Cedo one.
Yeah.
Went to Everton after.
Yeah.
Klassen.
Yeah. So no.
Not him.
No. Whatever his name.
Oh yeah, Johnny Van der Beek.
Donny Van der Beek. Yeah. Being rated as one of the best midfielders in football, because Ajax got so far. Then he makes one bad move. He's not playing. Doesn't stay. He's not in any rhythm. And then that's what happens. And now is what happens to your career. You could have stayed at Ajax and didn't bother move. I bet you would have been a different life now. Everyone would have probably say is this, that, and the other. But the same thing happens. If you're not playing all the time, you make a move where you're not playing, your career is a struggle. And that's what happened. I went from Wigan every week, every season it was 40 games, 46 games, 40-something games. And what happens? 20-something goals, 20-something goals, 20-something goals. Then I go West Brom, 18 games in Cup and League. 18 games, 8 goals. That was what it was. 18 games, 8 goals. 5 in the league, 3 in the Cup.
You're not starting the games you're playing as well, I'm guessing. Always.
Yeah, that's 18 starts.
Okay, right.
All the rest is Cup.
Yeah.
Coming off the bench 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I don't even count that. I count, if I'm going to count all them coming off the bench, I'll add all the minutes up and divide them into 90. Yeah. And then I'll add them to my starts.
Yeah.
I'm not adding that you played 50 games and scored 8 goals. No, I didn't. I played 1 minute in that game. How's that going to count as a game?
Yeah.
That's not fair for me.
Yeah.
I like to count it properly how it is. And 18 starts, 8 goals. That's what I had in the Prem. And even if I did double that, you just double it up both sides, it'd be a good season.
Yeah.
It would be a good Premiership season, first season. And that's it, a team that's struggling and you're in and out of the side. So imagine you're at Wigan where they did really well. I'll be scoring. I know I'll be scoring because I was scoring against Prem teams the seasons before in every cup competition. Top scorer in the cup all the time with Wigan, with Derby. Imagine top scorer with Derby. And in the cup with Paul Scholes, I think it was on the same. I think I had 6 goals in six games. And then we got Man United and Nigel Clough doesn't play me. I'm the top scorer. I scored to get us through to the next round. And I scored the game before and the game before and the game before. And he doesn't play me in the quarterfinals. Then we get Man United again in the FA Cup. And he doesn't play me in that game either. And I had the interview saying, I'd love to get Man United in the next round. The team I support, they're still in it. I wish we got them. Didn't play. So that's what happens when a manager changes. Your top scorer in the club with 9 goals.
Yeah.
Paul Jewell leaves. Nigel Clough comes in and I'm not playing the rest of the season. I don't know. How does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, but it doesn't seem fair.
Is what it is.
You made some strange, maybe it isn't right, but different career moves, and that you played abroad as well, had some different experiences. So is it Jakarta and Greece? You both, I think Jakarta you did not play and you got off, but Greece you did play, whichever. But was there something that always attracted you to playing abroad, and why did you make those decisions to go to those clubs?
Okay. So I was at Watford at the time. Yep. So when I moved to Watford, that was because I was at West Brom. We got relegated to Championship. The chairman wouldn't let anyone leave for the next season. Say we want to get straight back up. I was like, you only signed me to cripple Wigan. I need to leave.
Yep.
Wigan wanted me at that time, couldn't leave. So anyway, at West Brom, I leave to go Watford because I wanted to leave. Funny enough, West Brom get promoted that season, I leave. And I'm at Watford, who got relegated from the Premiership to the Championship, and then we don't go up. But then the following season, Watford are in financial trouble. and they have to pay because it was 3.25 rising to 4.25. The rising bit, the extra 1 million was on appearances. So Watford are in. If I start a game, Watford have to pay like 12,000 to West Brom every time I start.
Right.
They're in financial trouble. They're not going to play me from the start anyway. Malky Mackay's there. He likes me, but I can't really start games. So he used to bring me on like 30 minutes at a time. And I got used to playing that way, like playing with 30 minutes and changing the game for us every time pretty much. But then it was like, I'm not going to ever start. And it was like halfway through the season and Malky said, listen, there's a team that want you in Greece. And just go and have a look. No pressure to go. Don't worry about it if you don't want to go. Just have a look, see what you think. If it's not for you, mate, just come back and you'll be winning the squad. Don't worry about that. So I went to Greece with my family and I had a chat with them. And I was just thinking, could be a good time to just like get away from England, try something new. It's the Greek Super League. And they basically also offered me like I don't know how much it was, like a lot of money up front. They had a brown bag at the end. You know, they knew I was kind of umming and ahhing. It's like, listen, we've got like, I think it's like nearly under 100,000, but it was like over 50, 60,000. Like, it's like, here's your wages for this amount of months up front. I was like, man, I can pay off my apartment. I can pay off my car. And I'm coming here to like, you know, to restart restart kind of, you know what? Let's just do this. Let's just try this new way for 1 year loan. Come here on loan, score some goals. So I went there, the new kind of, you know, way of life. Games in the evenings, trainings in the evenings, warm, really nice experience in Greece. Skoda Cars, the owner of Skoda Cars, he's the chairman. So they do a lot of things differently. Like obviously we're getting paid and stuff. It was really mad with that, and like locking us down in the hotel near the stadium. They made us have to stay there for the last 2 months of the season, not be able to go home. We weren't allowed to go home. Wow. We had to stay there because we were nearly getting relegated. And the chairman weren't having none of it. No one's going home. Nobody's not going to be focused on us staying up. So we ended up staying up. We had like 2-hour breaks to be able to go and visit home and come back and stay at the thingy. But it's a family thing because like all the families and kids would come to the game, and like kids have a play area. So that was all really good. So it was really nice. But like after a year, family wanted to come back to England. So I was like, they wanted me to stay out there. Like the chairman brought me up. They said, listen, I want you to stay for another season. Because I had 2 injuries. I had an injury to my meniscus on one leg, then got fit. And first game of the season, I scored, but I got a meniscus on the other. So I like, it was a bit of a stop-start. But I did get quite a few goals, did all right for them. And they was really happy with me to stay. But I just wanted to come back home in the end because the family didn't want to stay out for that much longer. So I ended up coming back. But with just the other stuff, I came back, I went to Preston then. So because I was at Watford still with the final remaining year, so I had to go on loan somewhere. So I went to Preston, and that's where Phil Brown came in, and he came in the day I was having a trial, and ended up seeing me score a goal in the trial game. He said, listen, I'm bringing you into the team, I'm going to sign you. So I signed to the end of the season. They're already bottom of the league table, got relegated anyway. But that was the Jakarta one and the abroad one in Thailand and everything. I went Thailand first, went to Jakarta, Indonesia. I went to Malaysia, went to Brunei. All them places I went during the time I was there.
Right, okay.
It was just a mess. I went to Thailand, went to sign for this club, playing in this first game. The manager got sacked the day I was there. Scored some goals within the first 5 minutes, easy. But then this new manager comes in. He's from Croatia, wants to bring all his own players. So all the players who were on trial don't want none of them. So then we're like, okay, well, the guy who wanted me, who could get the clubs, he was like, right, there's this other team. I'll take you to that team. And then I was playing against that team, and the team against that team said, listen, come with us. And then I ended up jumping on a plane with them. And then I ended up in Jakarta. I'm like, wow, I'm in Jakarta now. And then like, they were just taking long to get things sorted out. Facilities were really bad. I know they got like an 80,000-90,000 stadium, but we were training on like a derelict pitch, like really bad pitch. There's no changing rooms, nothing. And anyway, like it was just a bit of a mess. And I just thought, this isn't really professional enough. And they haven't really offered me the deal yet. So what are they waiting for? I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go. So then I went to, I think I played a game anyway. And then there was a team in Malaysia that wanted me. So then I went with them on the plane and went to Malaysia. And then I was playing for them, scoring goals, easily scoring goals for fun. And I was just waiting. But they were waiting for like Brazilians to walk through the door and ask for trials. So they might get like one of these mad guys who can just score goals for fun and just not got any team. So they're like, yeah, we do want you. But we just got to wait for this period and we'll see what happens. And they were paying for my hotel at the time. And then they wanted me to go in this apartment with all these other players, like loads of players, like, and there's like cockroaches everywhere. I'm like, nah, I'm not staying there, man. I can't do that. And you want me to pay now? Like, nah. You brought me here. I'm scoring goals. I'm doing well. Sign me. Or I'm not going to go and pay my way. Like, so they ended up paying for the hotel for a week later. And I said, right, I'm not sticking around this. I'm going. So I went back home. Then the last part of that was I went to Thailand again because one of the players, Shelton Martis, he actually went to Thailand and signed for a club. And the agent said, like, yeah, he's there at that club. So come, I can get you in there. So I'm like, great. That will be my end of career playing there. So I went up there, got to the training ground, and the manager sacked. I'm like, oh my gosh. And anyway, the agent was like, well, I know the chairman anyway, so we'll get the deal done anyway. But that was the time where my wife called. I just got over there, 24-hour flight, just got over there. The agent paid half the money for me to get there as well. Get over there. I'm like, right, deal going to be done in the next few days. Wife wasn't well. So she's like, listen, you got to come back. I'm not well at all. So I end up going, well, like, let me get the deal done. They come up here and then we can go to hospital here. No, something's really wrong. So I ended up like getting a plane back, paying the agent his money back, getting the plane back home.
24 hours again.
Back 24 hours back. But then I was like, my missus was in and out of hospital for like a year. Oh. But at this point, I couldn't train, couldn't stay fit. But it was like another year added on to the time where I'm not playing for anyone now. So no one's going to sign me. No one's going to pay me the money that they're going to pay me because I haven't played. Yeah. So no one's going to take that risk on paying me that money. So then I'm now in a position where like, there's no clubs. I might as well quit. There's nothing I can do. I can't play anywhere. Can't be paid any money. I can't move anyway. I can't train because I got all my kids to look after while I'm in and out and trying to sort out the situation. So in the end, it kind of just fizzled out as a career in the end. So it's tough, like 33, 34.
Yeah. Obviously, it's a bit of a sad ending to the career that you've mentioned there, but I just want to talk about a couple of things before we go on to post-career. Malky Mackay, one of the last episodes we did was with Anthony Gerrard, and I'll say he was far from his biggest fan. Did you have any experience with him that was anything unpleasant, or would you find him a good manager?
I found him a great manager.
Yeah.
I really like Malky Mackay. He was a breath of fresh air in terms of the type of manager you would want. That was his first job at Watford. He used to just, want to play the right way of football, gave the players choices from their own choices, like for what kind of food they want. And just like the way he did pre-season, always with a football, none of this just running on your own. It was either running with the pitch with the ball at full pace as much as you can, the same runs, but with a ball. So you get more touches of the ball. Like different little things like that was really good. And just the fact that he wanted to play proper football. Whereas when I first went to Watford, it was like not really wanting to play football. And that was what I was used to at West Brom. And I found it very hard to adapt to playing kind of Route 1 football under A.D. Boothroyd at the time. So, so Malky Mackay is a great guy. I used to be teammate with him. Then he became the manager. So, really good guy. I can't say anything negative about him at all. It's one of my favourites, even though it was only for a very short time.
Yeah.
One of my favourites, how he ran the team and how he ran the club, ran the players, looked after players, dealt with the players. I don't know what you can say negative, but
Yeah.
Obviously, some people,
watch
everybody's
that
different.
episode,
Yeah,
yeah.
everyone's different. Everyone's
Yeah.
different.
And then I want to ask you about Preston. One of my best mates is a Preston fan. So anything that you could say that'll make him happy. Was Preston a good club? Did you enjoy it there?
Yeah.
It was good.
Preston was a really nice club to play at. Good training ground, good stadium, good fans as well. And yeah, there were some really good players there at the time. There was a player who was really good, yeah, McLaughlin. He was coming up through the team as right wing back, right back, and he got a big injury. I never really seen him get back to that level, but he was a really good player. We had a few good players, but we're bottom of the table. I came in, we had lots of players on trial, on loan and stuff, and didn't manage to stay up. But yeah, it was still a nice kind of experience, even though we got relegated. It's weird. I know there was certain parts of our team that kind of didn't really blend well in terms of people trying to do their own thing a bit too much, not really being a team enough. But Phil Brownlee tried his best. I really had a good time with him because he gave me back that confidence as well to play my own, like to play what's me. He says, look, you're you do what you're doing. You guys, he brought us in like a group of us. He goes, you guys are the core of my team. You guys will play all the time. Do what you do. Enjoy yourself. So he kind of gives you kind of like that positive vibe about yourself to know that you're not going to be shackled or not going to be shouted at if you make a mistake, you don't control the ball properly, whatever. So I was just doing my thing. I played some of the best football I'd played in a long time there, just because he just like believed that, yeah, go and play your stuff.
Yeah.
If you look at the leagues before, the teams before, you go to Watford, not playing enough, not playing. You go back to Derby where he didn't play me. The manager didn't put me in after Paul Jewell left. You go back to West Brom where I'm in and out of the side, not really playing. And then you get to Preston, it's like, right, he's giving me my,
chance.
Yeah. So it was only the Derby first half of that season where I was on fire. And then I go to Preston and really was doing really well in terms of my own performance and got a couple goals here and there, but wasn't enough goals, number one. And the team wasn't really set up to win, too much of a gap to try and make up. But yeah, in terms of a club, nice club, really nice memory of the training and the people and everything there.
Okay, that's right. You'll enjoy that. Thanks.
Unsworth was there when he was coaching as well. So yeah.
Right, a bit of a gear change after your career. Your faith has changed. You've converted to Islam. So that's correct.
That was the season we got promoted to the Premiership.
Apologies. So when I was speaking to you initially, we talked about that you're on Ramadan, and obviously there's discussion about that at like, I think Salah obviously being a Liverpool fan, is what we talk about, and then sometimes his numbers drop during Ramadan, and then when it's back up afterwards. How hard is that as a footballer to be playing during that time? Because it seems like it must be quite difficult.
No, it's actually the opposite.
Right,
If you look at Benzema, he's like, listen, I score more goals,
Okay,
And I was in Greece at the time, I remember, and the players were like, Nathan, can you have Ramadan all year round? Like, because you play so much better today now, and it's like it's 36 degrees. I'm playing in the heat, not drinking, but I'm playing, scoring goals for fun, tearing people up, and they're like, listen, you need to have Ramadan all year round if that's how good you're going to play.
Yeah.
But then you have some people, that weren't too happy. And obviously they look at it just from a purely statistical point of view or preparation point of view. If you're not having this at that time, blah, 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 you're bound to not be able to do this or do that. But your body can do things that you don't expect. But again, it's only delayed recovery that's going to happen. So you can still have your food and drink in the morning early. A little bit earlier than someone else would. You're still going to load up with whatever you need. You can have whatever you need, drinks, your food, everything before it's time to fast. Then it's game time. So then you're playing a game. When you finish, you can't replenish it until it starts getting dark. Okay, it's a bit of a delayed, like I said. But other than that, I'm not feeling that I can't run around. It's weird. Like some people who tell themselves, oh, I'm going to be tired. Oh, I'm going to not be able to think straight. I'm going to be dizzy. You might be just dizzy. You might be able to not think straight. Or you might, anytime you feel anything, you're going to say, that's because of that.
Right,
oh, yeah. I'm not doing nothing. Lots of people stop training, stop everything. Like, it's Ramadan. I'm not going to do anything. I did the exact same thing all year round. The only one thing I can say that I don't know whether it's connected, is once Ramadan finished and you replenish yourself and you get back to normal. There were times where I got injured a few weeks later, and I'm thinking, I wonder if that was like a direct, correlation between me not having food in my body, food and drink in my body, like getting used to that thing, and then being replenished again, and then getting injured for some reason. I don't know, but that's the only thing I can look at and go, I wish there was some kind of evidence to tell you whether it is or isn't. It'd be weird that once you're replenished and then you get injured when you're replenished. I would have thought that you get injured while you're not having it. But yeah, to be fair, it was, it's not that I loved it, but like that year is something that you, once it comes around, you just look forward to doing it. And there's no better feeling than doing it. Like, and having that experience throughout your once a year for a month.
Yeah. And then now you see, like in the Premier League, that when the sun goes down, they break the fast, and that's quite a new thing. For that, obviously, that's progression. Or would you not enjoy having loads of stuff while you were playing? Would you try and not change your normal routine? Do you know what I mean? Or do you think that is beneficial that they're allowed to break the fast?
100% beneficial. I used to do the same thing anyway. It's just that the now
it's like more formal. Now,
it's more formal, like the referees. So that's what happened when I first became Muslim at that time. It did coincide with me not really playing as much as well. And I think that a lot of negativity did come to me because of that. And that's why I started the Association of Muslim Footballers with a few other guys that I know. And to highlight that you can still practice and still get to the highest level. You don't need to sacrifice your religion just to do your football. You had Demba Ba, you have so many players, Salah, like you say. You had all them players at Newcastle. You had players people don't even know, like Senderos, the Muslim, like a lot of players, like they're in the highest league. They're doing what they need to do. But it was about, right, let's make the awareness that players do need halal food. Players do need to pray on a Friday. Players do need to fast in the month of Ramadan. That's the kind of stuff that we just need to be able to do. And everybody should be okay that we're doing it. Like, that's part and parcel of the makeup of a Muslim. So please just allow it to happen.
Yeah. And
it was good because once the players are doing a job, they're going to be catered for. If they weren't that good, I'm sure it would have taken longer to you're not the best. I'm not going to give him that. So there was young players I remember, they were like living in digs and stuff and scared to ask for halal food or scared to ask for the Friday to go pray on the, just half an hour on the Friday afternoon after training. Like, even if you're injured, like, allow them to go and do their prayer and come back and then get their physio treatment. Is fine. But that's what they've done what they have to do. And I believe that us doing that and highlighting it, as well as the top players coming through at that time, more and more Muslim players coming through in the Prem, doing what they're doing their jobs, it helped people to understand what Islam is about as well, and that it's not really going to affect anyone negatively.
Yeah. And did you always feel accepted within dressing rooms and from managers and all that? Was everyone always happy to facilitate how you needed to be helped or whatever in order to be able to play your football at the time?
So I was more established as a player at the time, so then it wasn't as hard for me. But I know my performances, my selections did get kind of affected from being selected. I remember one of the managers saying like, "Are you in Ramadan?" I didn't even know in the first 2 weeks because I kept it quiet. Then when he realised, he's not drinking when the players are sat to go get a drink after like a little bit of a run or something. Yeah. It's like, you're in Ramadan, aren't you? You're not playing then. I'm like, is he joking? Is he not joking? And I'm not in the squad. I'm like, oh my days. Well, I've just been in Greece and everyone thinks I'm better. And now you're saying this, like, this is just crazy. Like, you really think that? I wish you just learned a bit about us so you'd understand. Like, I found out something at 21 years of my life. I didn't become Muslim for any other reason than I found evidence that that's why we're created. Like, we're created for this reason, and I have evidence for it, and I believe it because I read the evidence. If you read it, you might believe the same thing. I'm not just doing it because it's, that looks good, I'll do that. Why would I restrict myself for? Yeah. Why would I want to do that? So in my mind, it's, I know why I'm here. I found that reason. I still want to play football. I don't have to not play football or put that, it's ahead in terms of priority, but it doesn't stop me from being the football player I want to be. And that's it. That's all it is. It's just navigating, learning what I've got to do. You know, it's like you got a cheat code for life, and that's all it is. You know what's right and what's wrong according to the one who created me. That's it. So why wouldn't I follow that if I know that's the way life should be? That's all it is.
Yeah. Though I'd say it's maybe not as widely talked about as obviously is involved in the game, as you say. Like, obviously, being a Liverpool fan, I know it's Kanate and Salah. I'm sure every team will know what players they've got, but then maybe you don't know the other players, and it's not something that's widely discussed. But as you said, it's what you do. Is it the AMF initiative? Is that correct?
It was Association of Muslim Footballers.
Yeah. So then is that maybe something you're most proud of after your career, that you've been able to help rise? And what maybe differences have you made, do you think, since being involved with that?
I think there's something I'm really proud of. It's because it's at the time, like I said, I got people talking about things that didn't even happen. Like, oh, he's changed. He's not interested in his football anymore. I wasn't playing as much. You know, and that kind of stuff. Imagine a person's career like mine, which I would say it's like you've gone on like you've gone to Blackpool and you're going on that ride, but you're going like steep. That was my career. It was going straight up. It wasn't like this. It was straight up. 20 goals, 22 goals, 24 goals, 26 goals. All of a sudden I become Muslim. It's like, okay, it's time to go. And that's what it was like. It's like, wow, I've fallen off a cliff, and people just like, because people are saying he's not interested in his football, like, I'm there, right? Okay, I've got this. Imagine, this is how I feel, yeah? Why did no one tell me about this religion? 21 years of my life. How comes I lived all this life and I didn't know anything about this? So I get on a coach and I'm reading some more about the Quran, what God is saying to me. And then there's other players who are sitting there playing cards for money. Yeah, I'm seen as the guy who's not interested in football, and they're seen as cool. They're interested in football. It's like, how can you look at me as not interested in football because I'm just doing a little bit of a reading while we're traveling to an away game? Like, doesn't make sense, but that's the way culture of football is, and there's nothing wrong with that. You can understand, like, oh, you're not doing cards with us, or you're not betting with us, or you're not having a drink after the game, or no, I don't drink anymore. I don't drink. You're not supposed to drink for us, because that's, going to do whatever it does to your mind. So all this stuff is like, but yeah, I'm ready to play. It's all about football. So anyway, so what's happened is now halal food is available everywhere. When you go to away games, you go to hotels. I'm having chats with like the club. Listen, when you're ordering the food, just let them know that you have like a halal option, please. So when you get the chicken, please make sure you put some chicken in for halal. So I can eat fish anyway. Well, fish is fine, but like, please make sure that's there. Okay, Fridays, or even when there's time to play the game, you have to now incorporate, okay, when am I going to pray and not miss the next window of the next prayer? Right, so half time, when I come in, we had the team talk, I'll pray in that room. So then, like, imagine how many players don't want to pray in a room because, like, they're scared, thinking, that's weird. It's not weird. It's just players have to pray. Salah does a score. What does he do? He goes down in position the way we pray, and everyone loves it because he's scoring goals. Yeah. So he knows he needs to pray at certain times. So why not just facilitate this 5 minutes pray and go back and play on the pitch again? Nothing wrong with that. But it was seen negatively at the time. And it was just something that we had to make sure people can clear misconceptions. I spent loads of time with different players explaining to them certain things. And like they learned that from the TV, from the media and stuff. And then they're like, makes so much sense when you explain it like that. So it was nice when people it breaks down barriers when it's what you don't know what makes you feel weird, isn't it? Like, what's that guy doing? What's he doing with that mat? Or, what's he doing? Why does he need this kind of food? And it's like, why do you know why we need halal meat?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what I mean. So for us, nothing that's living is allowed to be killed just for fun, right? But there's certain animals that are here on this earth that we're allowed to kill to eat, to survive. So God only just says, when you kill that animal, say thank you to the one who created that animal for you to eat. Anything else that someone kills that hasn't said thank you, can't eat it. Because that animal might have dropped from a high place and just died. That animal has not died. You've not asked for blessing and killed it to eat. Or someone who says thank you to this little, they might have made a little idol up. They've made this thing out of a tree, cut it and shaped it up and go, thank you to this little tree for me having this food. But that thing's not worthy of being thanked because that didn't make the animal. So whoever, the one who made the animal, we're just saying thank you to.
Yeah.
And God says that's what you do when you eat any animals that I said you can eat. And there's certain animals I said you can't eat. Don't eat them and eat these. And when you do that, say thank you. So there's Christians, there's Jews who from the previous scriptures have also been told the same thing. We can eat from that as well. We're allowed to eat kosher food because they also believe in God and they also been told when you kill this animal to eat, say thank you. So we can eat it. So the same with the Christians. Okay, there's a bit of differences in the beliefs, but the reality is they're from that they believe in the same God, but it's obviously in a different way. The same exact God that created us. If you kill and eat an animal, we can eat from a Christian too. And if a Muslim does it, we can eat from them too. Because they're all from the same people. And they all believe really in the same God. But it's just like some differences that are important. But the reality is they're all from the same source.
Yeah.
And if they all say, thank you, we can eat from it. So you've learnt something.
Yeah, no, I like what it's all about is just acceptance and understanding. And as you say, it's not... I'm sure you'll definitely say it's not something that's supposed to be divisive at all. It's supposed to be open and accepting, and that should go both ways. And of course, it's important what you're involved in and everyone else was doing it. And it's a very interesting thing to talk about as well. Maybe something a bit different. But if we can go back to football, quick fire questions before we do with your top five. I know we're not a little bit, but
can't wait
quick
for
fire
that.
a couple of ones. So, the proudest career goal or game?
Oh my days. Proudest goal. So that's not like my best goal.
Yeah, just maybe the one that you look back on and go, whatever reason you want to be proud for it. Either I'm proud because it was great or I'm proud because it meant a lot.
My gosh. You know what? I got to say, like, the last goal I scored against Derby in the FA Cup, where it was a long ball from halfway line. I was at the edge of the box and it's coming to me. I've chested it back to goal and I've swiveled and volleyed it straight in. Like, that's like a very high difficulty goal that I got to say I'm very proud of that, because I think if you went on a training ground and you tried to do that 10 times, I'm not sure how many times you'd be able to score without a keeper.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm buzzing for that one.
Okay, that's a good one. Toughest defender you've ever faced?
Yes, I'm going to name a name that you would not think of. Sylvian Distan.
Okay, yeah.
What a defender he was. Quick, strong as hell, tall as hell. Very good defender. Understand the game very well. And so he's one that, because of me, I used to be so, like I told you, I used to be so confident in my abilities. Ball goes in the air, I'm going to beat anyone. On the floor, I'm going to take this player on and rip him up. So I got one in the air, ball came in the air, and I'm like, I've got well to this. I ain't losing this. Bang! I'm like, what? He beat me in the air. Of course, if he can jump the same as me, and he's also 6 foot something, he's going to beat me in the air. I'm only 5'10". But I never got beat in the air ever, from like having my own real good jump and then someone jumps with me. Never happened. Yeah. He beat me. I'm like, damn. Okay. Got the ball one-on-one with him. Obviously, you can do every now and again, you're going to get stopped or not. But I used to say, like, on the floor, put the ball there. I'm taking you. I'm scoring. Like, I don't need to beat you, but I can even like jig an angle, fake a shot. And like, he just took the ball. I was like, man, he's beating me in the air. I'm on the floor. I scored 2 in the game, but it wasn't him having to defend me. Yeah. But like, that always sticks in my mind. Even though I was played against Rio, played against all the other guys. Rio's obviously the best defender I know in my head that I've played against. But in terms of my experience of playing against someone who's just stopped me, it's got to be Sylvain Distan. That's
a good one. He also set Suarez up at Wembley. Great goal.
Did he?
He gave the ball away. So I'll enjoy that one as well. The funniest teammate you ever played with?
Wow, you know what? There's a few. I'm going to go with 2. And I'm going with 1 being the funniest because I just love the way he is. John Hartson, very funny. And Robert Earnshaw is my funniest guy. He's such a funny guy. People don't realize once you get to know him and you're hanging around him and just the way he's just funny, you'd know once you know. People who know him, they know.
Yeah, he does front flips as well. Did you learn that off him?
No. Never able to do that.
No, I don't want to do that one. What advice would you give to an 18-year-old Nathan Ellington?
18-year-old Nathan Ellington just signed at Bristol Rovers, just playing the first season. You know what? Listen to your agents. Listen to your agents. Do what they say because you've employed them to do what you don't know.
Yep. Okay, that's a good one. And then the last one is, how do you want football to remember you?
I think I just want it to remember me as what I was and what I was capable of, regardless of if I reached there. I think when I chat with friends of mine and stuff, they know what level they think I could have played at, and I know the level I think I could have played at or got to. And obviously it's higher than I actually got to in the end, but just that people recognize the ability, I guess, the ability that I had and can see it, and just know, like, yeah, you was at that level. Your level of football was that level. Whatever they think it was, if it's the same as what mine is, I kind of feel like happy that they actually could see that as well.
Okay, well, we always do a debate here. We try and answer some of the biggest debates in football history, and we'll do your 1 to 5s as well.
The debate.
But the debate we'll go into first off is Gerrard, Lampard, Scholes. Could you put them in order for us, please?
So, Gerrard is all round probably one of the best midfielders I've ever seen. In terms of, he had power, strength, pace, tackle at a mad level. Like,
did you play against them as well? Sorry, have you played against all of these?
I played against Liverpool, yeah. But I played against Scholes. I played against. I think I have played against all of them. I played against all the teams anyway. That's for sure. But Scholes was an amazing player. So was Lampard. They're all great for their different things. But if you're talking about one player who had pretty much an all round about them, because Lampard was a goal scoring machine. Yeah. I think he was pretty good at everything, but where he really excelled was goal scoring. Scholes is his techers, to be able to ping balls everywhere, not be really touched. No one can really touch him. Tackling weren't the greatest. But then you look at Gerrard, it's like tackling was mad. Through balls was serious. Shots was ridiculous. Like, anytime Torres made a move, there you go. See you later. There you go. Slotting balls to people. So he was like just getting everywhere, doing everything at a mad intensity. I don't see anyone else having everything else. So this, I think I'm putting Gerrard number 1, Scholes number 2, Lampard number 3. But the thing is, Lampard scores 20 goals a season as well. So it's hard to not put him 2. But then Scholes, he's my man. Like, so in terms of a football player, again, it's like everybody's got their own little things. Yeah. That's better than the other. But overall, Gerrard's number 1.
Thank you. See, a United fan, that must have been a bit hard. Well done.
I don't mind. Football's football, innit? Don't matter who it is.
Pele or Maradona?
See, I didn't really get to see them play properly. Maradona at the back end of his career after, the last World Cup he was in and stuff. So I just seen little bits of highlights and stuff. So it's very, very difficult to do that one. What I can say is technically looks like Maradona's ridiculous. Like kicking balls in the air like mad. You heard that Lineker story and that. And you've seen what he's able to do at the end of his career. So I hate to imagine what he was doing in the middle of his career and bringing Napoli up and, winning leagues and stuff like that when they were not really anything, and he comes and just wins it. That's number 1. But then you've got Pele, who only now, Cristiano Ronaldo is the only guy is he overtaken him now probably in terms of overall career goals? Yeah. That's something, like, to be able to score that amount of goals. You've seen some of the goals, seen this, and then also seen a video where the skills that he was always doing and everyone's doing them now, and they're like, no, Pele did that, back then he was doing the same things. So in terms of overall, I think Pele has to edge it for the amount of goals and stuff he's done. I think Pele might just edge it.
Yeah, okay, that's good. Next one then is Messi or Ronaldo.
Why? You know what?
There's a comfortable winner if I help you, but at the moment, I think one of them's about 20 odd votes ahead of the other one.
Right. So in terms of overall ability, again, if you look at it where I looked at it in Gerrard and all that, Cristiano has more attributes to his game. He's got the heading, left foot, right foot, dribbles, every type of goal, long ranges, mad, free kicks. He's got everything. So when you look at that, and he's beating him slightly on overall goals. So if you talk about greatest, Cristiano just pips him because of that. Messi is absolutely ridiculous though. Like, he doesn't need to have all round everything else better. He's a better team player. Much better team player. I would say great, like, natural ability. They're both so amazing. Cristiano has had a career where he's a right winger and a career as a striker as well. Messi's only been at one club and he's done it there with an amazing squad, amazing team. So how would he be? He wasn't the same with PSG and he hasn't been the same with Miami. But Cristiano, he's gone from England, ripped it. Spain, ripped it. Italy, ripped it. Come back to England, still ripped it. Now he's gone there, ripped it. So if you really want to look at everything, Cristiano just pips him. But I could understand if anyone says Messi. It's too good. I have to break it down that way because they're both just tremendous.
I said all these there's no wrong answer. That's the thing as well, really, isn't it? The best player of the last 10, 15 years after Messi and Ronaldo, who would you say it is?
Been thinking about this. I've got to say the last of a dying breed, Neymar. Neymar is definitely a player who can do anything he wants on the pitch. Funnily enough, whenever I watch him, I never see it. I've never seen it enough. But when you look at his stats, top scorer ever for Brazil. Part of the team that played with Ronaldo, played with Ronaldinho, played with the big boys at the time they were still playing. He's scored wherever he's been, scored mad amount of goals. Part of the best front three probably ever. Suarez, Neymar and Messi. Absolute killer. But then, like, he still gets some kind of, like, hate. I've never understood it, why he gets so much hate. Because he can do anything against any player. And he's done it for years and years and years. You just got to look at the stats. I remember my son saying, Neymar's the best. I said, have you seen Ronaldinho? You remember Ronaldinho? I was like, he goes, no, he's better. I said, you know Ronaldinho's better stats than Neymar. He goes, yeah, right, check it. I'm like, all right, I'll check it. I'm like, hey, you know what? Neymar got a bit better stats, you know. It's not just about stats, but he lived at that time. He was the crossover between that, and he's the last of a dying breed of these players. I can't think of anyone today that has the ability that he had to just rip anyone.
Yep.
So, Neymar.
Okay,
Neymar.
That's a good one. Another couple of ones comparing is Salah and Hazard.
So what do you want me to say? What I'm just going to break it down.
What's better? Whatever you want.
I'm going to break down. Longevity, Salah. A player who's you're going to depend on to score all the time, Salah. Ability, Hazard. He can pick up the ball and turn anyone, tear everyone up. He's got that drop shoulder. He's got great ability to do that. He only done it for a small amount of years. But that level, if he was doing that same thing for the same amount of years as Salah, then Hazard you can easily put better, if you get what I mean. So it's like, I think he was operating at a higher level than Salah has ever been able to do, but not for as much a time. So if you're looking at a player who you want in your side who's going to score all the time and who's going to be more professional, blah, 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 Salah's easily winning. But in terms of ability, I think Hazard has more ability, but didn't manage to be ranked higher than Salah because Salah's just done far too much more than him.
Okay, that's fine. Buffon, Casillas and Neuer. 1, 2, 3.
I've always liked Buffon from the days when I've seen him first come through and he's just continued playing. So Buffon, I think Casillas was good as well. Neuer's sick as well. So they're all amazing. But if I'm going to choose just off the top of my head, I'd say Buffon. I know most people probably say Neuer. So I'll give Neuer second. And then I'll have to put Casillas in third.
Okay, bad. Then we've got the most overrated player of all time. Have you got someone for that? Because I'll be honest with you, Neymar's been said quite a few times for this one.
That's liberties. That's what I mean. Yeah. What more can you do? I've had that argument in my groups, yeah? And I'm like, wow, overrated. How can you be overrated when you've got the best record? You've scored so many goals at so many clubs. You can tear anyone and do any skill you want on anyone. That's like the pinnacle of nearly every part of football that you want to see at the highest level, and he's overrated. Yeah. When Saka says he's the most underrated, It's just weird how you get such a
Yeah. But you said
divide.
though, you didn't realise his numbers were as good till you checked out. It's a bit of a strange one that maybe you don't realise how good he is till you look at what he does and his numbers wise. But do you think anyone else is overrated?
You know what? There's a player that I can mention, that I think is... It's weird because he gets rated either too highly and then he gets rated really too low. Maguire.
Okay.
I feel like he's a certain level of player, but then you get managers and people will say, like, he's up here. He's not up there. He's there. And then there's people saying he's absolutely crap. He's not. He's just there. And then because he's gone in United and he's expected to be there, what happens is when he's having good games, people just put him there and he's not. And that's the thing. I think he's a good defender, but he's not the elite defenders. So what happens is when he plays well, they're like, no, he's elite. He's the best defender at United. He's better than everybody else. And I'm like, why are you going overboard for? Like, why are you saying he's that good for?
Yeah.
Like, he's just that level. Just leave him at that level. So then when he does a mistake, no one minds. Like when he's at Leicester, he makes them kind of same mistakes. It's not a problem because that's what players at that level do. But when you get to that level, you're held at a level where you make stupid mistakes or any mistake where it's easy for the attacker to do you. Then like it's like, you're not supposed to be here. That's the only thing I'm saying. It's like, I think that, people will kill him to be... He did go for a period where he did turn into like not being good enough to play at all. But then he's... hats off to him. Like he came through all of that and he's come back to his normal level where he's at. I know where he's at. And at the time he signed, I thought, but Johnny Evans is better than him now. Why are we signing him for that much? He's not the best player in his side. Why have we bought him to be better than... And I don't think he's better than Smalling. Like, he's better than him at certain things, but in terms of stopping goals, being quick enough to get back and being able to... I'm like, no. Why? Why are we doing this? Are we trying to win the league? Or what are we trying to do? So the fact that when the goals that do get scored against him and stuff, but that's what you expect. Because that's a level of a team that's like 6 to 10... That's the defenders that are in that kind of level.
Yeah.
You start putting him up there and he makes them mistakes. And it's like, you should do better. No, you can't do better. That's the level you're at.
Yeah. But it's his price tag, it must be. And that's what's said. But that's not his fault either, is it?
Yeah,
But that's how much he's been bought.
Yeah,
for.
and that's what I'm saying.
Compared to Van Dijk because of that money, is he? And
He's
obviously,
nowhere near Van Dijk, is he,
but
really?
he's still a very good defender.
He's a good defender. He should be in the bracket that he's in. But what I'm saying is it hurts him because he then thinks he's that high. Then when he makes them mistakes, he thinks he should be able to stop them. But he can't. He's not possible because it's not physically possible for him at a level that he's at to stop a player who's really sharp. A player who comes one-on-one with Van Dijk, you go, nah, Van Dijk's going to stop him. Come one-on-one with Maguire, you're like, I'm going to tear him. I want to tear him down here because he's not that good at this.
Yeah.
That's the difference. It's like you don't expect mistakes from Van Dijk ever. Like if he does, it's like, that's unusual. When did he ever make it easy for a player to score?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like, I'm not taking the mick. I'm just trying to say he should be here. Yet so many have him up here or down there. Yeah. Just leave him there, and that's it.
Well, so that's it's a different way to look at overrated, but a better way. But there's maybe a nicer way to look at it as well. Yeah. Most underrated player then, who's someone who deserves more credit?
Oh, yeah, it's,
Nathan Ellington.
No. I think I don't know where people are rating me in the end anyway. But like, I think a player who I really thought was a really top player, but didn't really make the decisions to go to higher clubs. Because when I seen him play at West Ham, I was like, damn, you know what? Why don't we just sign this guy? Like, he'll make us so... Dimitri Payet. Absolutely sick levels of football. Yeah. But why does he never go higher? Like, why? It's like no one even realize how good this guy is. Payet is sick. I advise everybody to go on YouTube right now and just watch his highlights of what he was able to do, like rip, putting the ball in a bit, like left foot, right foot, cutting people up for fun. Just never really, it's like, I don't know what it is, but why are the players like that not really go on to the levels that they should?
Yeah.
Underrated, like so good, should have done more.
Yeah, that's a good one. It's that free kick he scores, isn't it? When it's the keeper's side as
All
well.
the way
and
around.
it still just comes out.
Oh my days.
So good.
Such a top talent.
Right, last couple on the debates before we go into your top fives. The greatest manager of all time. I'm prepped you on this one, but I'll hit you with it.
So Alex Ferguson, Has to be, really. I'm not going to give it to anyone else because I think he took a team that wasn't anything and built them, then made money, then kept building and rebuilt and won and won and won. Pep, he took over good teams, done great, took over good teams and won. Took over another great team and won. Had all the money in the world to buy everyone straight away and started winning. So that's another one who's done amazing. But if you try to compare the two, Alex Ferguson's is definitely much harder. And then you've got Ancelotti, who's done really, really well with his teams. He's done really well, unbelievable. But Man United is Man United, and it's my team, and they were dominant for so many years. He brought in top players, even the players we didn't get, but we knew that he tried to get Dino. He tried to get Ronaldinho, didn't end up happening. He tried to get so many other players. So even when you look at that side of it, it's like he knew who he wanted, and he knew how to bring players who can do a job and mix them with players who are killers. Yeah. And that's the way you make a best team. He's the best.
Yeah, okay, that's right. And maybe because I'm a Liverpool fan, I want to say something slightly cheeky to you about it. The fact that United didn't win the league for like 30 years before and everything that's happened after, do you think that, although you're not enjoying it right now, might elevate his legacy even further? Is that how the peaks and troughs literally is just him and then not very good? Do you think that will help his legacy maybe as well?
100%. How far we've gone, how far we've dropped, how much we've dropped, and how we won the league with the team that he had. The last league we won. Didn't have much of a team left, but still won the league because he knew the combinations. He just knew what to do to win things, and he did it. And like you say, we haven't even got back to winning one since then. So it's a lot. And he left the team with some good players still. Yeah. Just needed to just re-add some more, but that takes the right person to be able to do that, and nobody's been able to do that since.
Right, and then who do you think is the greatest team ever? So this isn't like your 1 to 11, it's like a team that actually existed for a season or two or whatever. Who do you think the best one is?
I think that it's tough, because it has to be a team that really won something. Otherwise, wouldn't make sense, would it? They had to have won. I think you look back at the Real Madrid side. I think that Milan side was star-studded. Ridiculous side. I'm sure they won as well, didn't they? I think that star-studded Milan side with Maldini, Nesta, Stam.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
So, they lost 2005 and then they won it in 2007. It was like similar. I think they were actually better in 2005. But obviously they still won stuff in the 2007.
Yeah, so if you look at that, I don't think there's many more star-studded teams like that. Yeah. Like, that's everybody. Barcelona. You know what? Barcelona, that Messi, Neymar, Suarez, Dani Alves, them boys, oh my days. Busquets, Iniesta, it's Barcelona, I think Barcelona, football-wise, that's ridiculous. Like, they couldn't be touched. Messi, them guys were ridiculous. I think it might have to be Barcelona,
Yeah, that's quite a popular answer, but I think that it's always Barcelona. I think, and the choice is what front three, and as you've already said, Suarez, Messi, Neymar.
Yeah, Messi, Neymar, Suarez. Suarez is ridiculous as well, so I'm giving it that 3.
Okay, sorted. Right, so we'll look a little bit at your career, and then we are all done, I promise. So, look at your football history. We'll go in very first couple of questions, then we'll go to it. So, your first ever footballing memory, what's the first thing you think of?
Selhurst Park, going to watch Man United versus Crystal Palace, Solskjaer. That's it. I don't remember score either. I think it's 2-2. That's my first ever game. Yeah. Going to a live match because it was not far from me as well. It's a cup game away.
Good one. Next one is, who's your first football hero?
Eric Cantona was really in Man United. He is like just unbelievable. Like, just a massive difference maker to any other team. It's like he was our maverick. Without him, that extra sprinkle of magic wasn't there. He was just tremendous.
And what do you think is the greatest era of football?
I think there was that era of Ronaldo 9, Batistuta, all them boys, Stam. Like that time, the best of the best were out there, like the 2000, up to like the thousands. I think like late 90s, 2000s, You got the best defenders. Look at that Italian defense, like ridiculous. Maldini, Nesta, Cannavaro, and whoever you want to choose, like that. And then every team you look at is just like the top of the top defenders, and there's so many of them. And then you look at attacks, so many ridiculously world-class players. Every team had like one maverick. Like even if you look at Letitia, even at Southampton, absolute killer. Like the guy isn't even that fit. It's just chop, 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 goal, bang, bang, bang. And you're like, he's scoring mad wonder goals every week. Di Canio. Like every team you look at had some mad players that can score some mad goals. So yeah, late 90s, early thousands, Henri coming through. All this is just you can't beat that time.
Yeah. That's a popular one as well. Right, okay, then we'll do now a five-a-side team of players of all time.
Of all time?
Teammate, so just do a five-a-side team now.
Of players of all time?
Yep. Or top five. Sorry, top five players.
My top five players of all time.
That's
okay.
Five-a-side team teammate. Sorry, I've asked this a million times. You think I'd know? Yeah. Sorry, top five players of all time.
So the best player ever is R9. Okay. So you can't beat that. Yeah. So he's always in my team, no matter what. So my best five players, who I think are the best. So here's the thing. My favorite five players, different to who I think are the best five players.
Okay. When you pick what you want to do, what are you going on? Get your notes.
So write it down. I wrote it down.
Warehouse.
Okay, let me see. So I chose as my favorite five players.
Yeah, that's fine.
R9, Del Piero. Del Piero, unbelievable technique. Penalties, top bins every time. Free kicks, top bins every time. Free kicks to people, like ball into boxes, into the precision areas. He was known in my mind for precision. I used to go on a field and try and just do everything precise like him. Unbelievable player. Always used to score against United as well. Annoying. But it was great because I loved him. I had his shirt and I had R9's shirt. Next player, Kaká. Unbelievable AMC, whatever you want to call it, attacking midfield centre. Pace to burn with the ball stuck to his foot. Through balls to whoever he wants. Slotting the ball however he wants. It's like he was gliding on a carpet. No one could touch him. During those prime years of Kaká, I can't think of anyone that could be better than him in that position. Then you go to Zidane. Zidane is my other favourite player because he used to do things like he had a magic wand. Just do whatever he wanted at his own pace. He beats my obviously R9 on the World Cup final. Something happened to him. But who was it that done the job? Zidane. Who was it in another cup final? Left foot top bins? Zidane. Zidane, untouchable on the field. One of my favourite players, Roy Keane. What does he say about it's the hardest player he's played against? Zidane. Why? His touch is just ridiculous. Like his passing, his level of appreciation of the pass with either foot dripping like a madman, like bald head. This guy, unbelievable midfielder. Nobody like him since, and nobody will be like him ever again. That's the fourth. Fifth, I have to put two people.
Yep, okay.
CR7 and Messi.
Oh, okay.
Because
that's fine.
They both have to do it. Cristiano comes through at United and he's just tearing people up. He just made football so enjoyable because he used to just pick up the ball, step over, dribble, chop, cut back, dribble, take people on, get to the ball way faster than anyone. It's like he was a madman. Like when I used to play on Pro Evo and stuff, I used to do all the same things that he does in real life because it's like, let me take this guy on, take that guy on, and take that guy on, and score. I can do anything I want. I can go on the left, go on the right, I can put him up front. I could do whatever I want with him because he just absolutely destroyed anyone he wanted from the right wing. 20-something, 30 goals, whatever you want. The guy was tremendous. And then obviously, we know Messi's untouchable. He's just unbelievable. I used to watch him and go, maybe he's not like close to R9, you know. Like maybe I'm looking at his highlights, I'm like, wow, I can't be like so confident R9's the best. Like I am still, and he only done it for a certain amount of years.
Yeah. In
terms of doing it for more years, Cristiano and Ronaldo are ahead of him. But in terms of the best players, they're my five.
Yeah, okay, that's good. And just
stroke six.
Then quickly before you do top five, then you played professional football in the Premier League. they're better than you. No offense.
No, they're not.
So, how are they better than you? Do you reckon it is natural, or do they train better? And you watch it. Do you reckon
They got natural
why they're
ability.
better? Yeah.
They got natural God-given talents that is better than me. So faster than me, more techers than me, better at everything than me.
Yeah, because obviously I'd watch anyone playing any level thinking, I wish I could do that. Do you look at them and think, I wish I could have that shot? Is it just not possible for you to do that, or do you think
It's impossible.
yeah.
I can't be as fast as R9, Cristiano, Messi, Kaká. I can't be as fast as them guys. I can be as fast as Del Piero, Zidane, but I can't have you could try and have a touch as good as theirs, but you just don't, because they've been working on that all their life.
Yeah.
That's the thing that makes them them. My touch nowhere near their levels, so I can't be as good as that. And it's like, it's just anything. Like, you can't be more agile than you can be. Like, you can only be as agile as you can be.
Yeah.
So this is what I mean. Like, so that Messi first his dribble at such a high pace, and his low center of gravity to move and turn way before anyone else can move. That is something. I used to be very good agility wise, but then like I only came from non-league, so I missed out on a lot of stuff that you learn as a youngster as well. So he already had all that ability and also learned that stuff.
Yeah.
So he has much more hours of reps. Number one, much more natural. All of them have much more natural ability. So it's a lot of things that have to be in.
Yeah. I was just wondering, interesting. Right, last one then is your all-time five-a-side team of players that you have played with, and you are allowed to put yourself in there.
So I'm gonna have to like mix the two forwards up then, because that's that. So it's gonna be mostly Wigan players actually.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go John Filan, because I played with. I think he's just like the best keeper I've played with throughout my career. Just really just like safe hands no matter what. Technically really good. Always done the right things, and it always felt like you have to do something really well to score against him.
Yep.
Never really made mistakes. Leighton Baines, I'm gonna have to play one defender, so got to have one player in there. So Baines, if I look at defenders, who is the highest rated defender I played with, I'd say Leighton Baines. He reached the highest, got to England, scored some great goals, free kicks, crosses, supplies, always in the right place against fast players. Doesn't matter. He didn't get torn in any way, really, giving him. Midfield, I think Jason Kumas, tremendous ability to cut in off the left. Keep cutting in and putting it in the goals. He's just unbelievable how he used to do that all the time. Really great talent. So if you need a midfielder in a five-a-side game to open up an angle and put it in the corner, Jason Kumas can do that.
Yeah.
And then obviously to have a one striker who's going to be with me, it's going to have to be Roberts and Kanu, both of them together, sharing that workload. You can't not have your touch strike partner, Jason Roberts. Five-a-side game, I'm not so sure if it suits him as much, but I'm not sure if it suits either of them as much. But yeah, if I'm talking about forwards, it's Roberts and Kanu, who are both alongside me.
Well, I know we say a super sub, so who's starting, who's on the bench?
Roberts has to start. It's not fair, is it? Kanu, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. But we've just had a bit more history to let Roberts start. And unless he pulls rank on me on the penalties again, then they have to be sub. But he's I think Roberts and then Kanu.
Right, perfect. Well, that's the perfect way to end it, I think. We started with Robert Ellington, we'll finish with it as well. Anyone watching at home, is there anything you want them to look at, reach out to, pay attention to, anything you're getting on with at the moment?
No, not really. I just look on YouTube and type in Nathan Ellington, and you'll see all the highlights of goals that I've put online since the day I became a pro. I put them all online. So they all come from me. There's the name Dukovic, Dukeovic, is the name which it came from. So I was Duke, and then there's time at Wigan, we was giving our names Oviches at the end, like Marnovic. So he was like, Nathan, the Dukovic, what's going on? So we kept using them names. But I made a YouTube channel, but opened up a YouTube account, putting it all on there. So most of it's on Dukovic. Some of them are on my recent ones as well, like Duke's United show. Don't do it as much anymore, but I have a lot of commentary on that and stuff. So yeah.
Hey, boss. Well, I'll definitely put all the links in for that stuff as well. I really appreciate you coming in. It's been very interesting. Hope you've enjoyed it too. It's
been good.
Maybe it hasn't been as good as the FIFA, but I think it's been all right since then. But yeah, thank you so much. Really enjoyed it. And thank you everyone for watching or listening at home to the Football Historian Podcast.
Locking